This is the Linear Algebra Math 212 course site tour. First, this is the home page of the class. In the navigation bar here, you have most of the tags that you are going to need. In the home page itself, we have here the welcome announcement where there is some basic information as well as this tour that you are seeing right now. So let's start by visiting here the content tab here. So on the content of this class, we have first of all the overview of the class. So here is explained how this class is organized. This is the number of units in this class, and in each week we are going to be covering 2 units except for the first one. So in general, let's say like the rest of the weeks is going to be always this structure described in this table. On Monday, you will start watching the lesson and reading the lesson in the book. By Tuesday, you need to do the homework. And by Wednesday, you have to post your discussion forum. By Thursday, you do the quiz. And so that will be the complete set of activities for the lesson. When you finish there, you start again with the next lesson on Thursday. You watch the lesson, you read the lesson, then you do the homework, then you do the discussion forum, and then you do the quiz. So all the weeks are going to be structured like this one, so you have 2 units per week, except for the first one that we're going to have only 1 unit. Okay, so coming back to the navigation bar now in the left here, we have here the table of contents. In the table of contents first, you have a place where you can see the information about the instructor in the class. This is my email address where you can reach me. So coming back to the table of contents, you have here also the link to the meeting, the introductory meeting that we are going to have in this class. So this is the meeting. Here is where and when we're going to meet. And if you cannot make it to that meeting, it's going to be after that recorded, and you can access it under cloud recordings. So coming back to the table of contents, you have like the data of your professor, the synchronous session, and here is some data where you can ask questions and as assistant if you needed some technical support. Also here the technology requirements for this class, which are essentially you have to be able to use Brightspace. That is where this class is going to happen. It's very important for this class the ability to work with files in universal format. That means PDF. You should be able to produce a PDF, send a PDF, to work essentially with this format. Also, very important technical requirement, you need to have available a computer, so a laptop or desktop computer with internet connection. This class cannot be followed with a phone. This is very important. So if you don't have a laptop, you can always borrow a laptop at the college. Okay, coming back to the table of contents. So the next important detail that we have here is the syllabus. So we're going to go back in a moment to the syllabus, but let's keep going to the textbook. The textbook that we're going to use in this class is an open source free book, so it's available already the first day of classes. Also, after that, we have each of the work that we are going to be doing in the different weeks of this class. So the week 1 is a little different than the other ones. Let me pick just any of the other weeks. So for instance, the week 3, how it's going to work. Well, you have in each week 2 units. In this case, for instance, it's the unit 4, which is determinants, and the unit 5, which is applications of determinants. So you have to work both of these units. in the first unit. So you click it in the unit, and there you have all the work for this unit. First you have the video lessons. You just click in here and you have the video that sometimes is one, sometimes is more than one video for each lesson. Okay, so this is as the lessons look like. So let's go back to the unit 4. So we said here is the video lesson. You should watch all the video lesson, and when you finish, you can also read about the subjects in the book. And when you finish that, so let's go back to the unit. You watch the video, you read it in the book, and then you start doing the assessments. I mean, this is the homework. You click in the homework. So here is the homework. So you start. So you click start, and here is the first question. So find the cofactor of the matrix. Well, you write it here and you find the cofactor. Submit, and you go to the next one. Find something else. So this will be all the different homework exercise in that unit. Okay, so coming back to the unit, besides the homework, the other assessment that you have is a quiz. The difference between homework and quiz is that the quiz you have only 30 minutes to finish. So it's available only Wednesday and Thursday of each week. Instead, the homework is always available until the deadline, but the quiz starts to be available only the day before it's due. And once that you start, you have only 30 minutes to finish. Okay, so coming back to the units, so after you watch the lesson, you read the lesson, you did the homework, and you did the quiz, you have to also write the forum. The forum, in order to write it, you have to choose a problem from the homework list. I mean, all this list of problems that you did here, you choose one of them and you write down all the details. I mean, this should be a paper, a college level writing paper where you explain what this problem is about, what were all the steps that you follow to actually arrive to the solution. You may organize this paper in sections and you explain all the details. You may use figures, may use anything that you need to explain what you did in the solution of this problem. This forum post should be written in LaTeX, which is a mathematical software that you are going to be learning the first week of classes. So we are going to go back in a moment to the first week, but for the moment to know that in order to write the forum each week, you have to write the forum in LaTeX. Okay, so that is as each unit looks like. All the units are the same. You have the video lessons, you have the lesson in the book, you do the homework, the quiz, and the forum. These are all the activities in each week. And the deadlines for these activities, as I said before, we have those given in the overview. So on Tuesday is homework, Wednesday forum, Thursday quiz, and then start all over again. Friday homework, Saturday forum, and Sunday quiz. Okay, so this is the structure of a regular week. Now, the first week you have a little bit more of work because you have to first get ready to write learning LaTeX. Let's take a look at the first week. In the week 1, then, you need to complete all the activities in the section Getting Started and then Unit 1. And you should start in this one, which is Getting Started. The deadlines of the first week are going to be, since the class starts in the middle of the week, you are going to have just the deadlines of the Unit 1 that are Friday homework, Saturday forum, and Sunday quiz, with the addition that in the first week of classes, you also have to write an introduction. So, but be aware that in order to do all these things, you need to be able to write in LaTeX. So the first thing that you should do is when you study this section, getting started, you do all the activities described here related to LaTeX. So the first thing that you have to do is watch the class video tour. That is probably what you are doing right now. Then you need to read the syllabus. I will show in a moment where this thing is, but it's very important to read completely the whole syllabus, since the syllabus is the document that is like a contract that you need to abide by if we are in this class. And then, very important, you need to watch the LaTeX video introduction. Once that you watch this video, you will see there how to start writing using a template, writing in LaTeX. And so once that you are done with that, you can write your introduction post, for instance, or you can write just directly the forum. And complete also the orientation quiz, syllabus and agreement sign-offs. So these activities are advised to be completed the first day of classes. So you are all set to do the work of Unit 1 during the first week of classes. So let's clarify the deadlines for the first week. The classes start on Wednesday. So for the first unit, you will start watching the lesson on Thursday and reading the lesson in the book. On Friday is the deadline for the homework, Saturday the deadline for the forum, and Sunday the deadline for the quiz, plus the deadline for the introduction. Now, to write the forum, you need to write in LaTeX. So that's why you should dedicate the first day of classes, Wednesday, to actually do all the activities that are here to learn LaTeX. So let's click it in LaTeX Getting Started. And so here is the explanation what this thing is. LaTeX is a mathematical software to typeset mathematics. And you are going to use it via Overleaf, which is an online interface. So you can use it directly online. You don't need to download anything. And this is a video that will explain you how to actually create a document in LaTeX. Also, you have here a link to a template that I made for you, so you can just copy and paste the template, and so you are all set to start writing in LaTeX. Okay, so in the week 1, as I said before, the activities are then watch this video tour, read the syllabus, watch that LaTeX video that I just showed, submit your introduction post, and complete all this sign-off that you have to do here. And then when you finish with this, the first day of classes, so then you start immediately with Unit 1, because you have all these deadlines of Unit 1 already the first week of classes. And so you click in the Unit 1 and you start. I mean, these are the video lessons. In this case, you have 2 videos to study. Be sure that you watch completely these videos. When you finish with that, you read the lesson in the book, and then you do the homework, and then you do the quiz, and then you do the forum. And for the forum, be sure that you follow the instructions, and also be sure that you are all set for LaTeX already, because these forums need to be written in LaTeX. Okay, so all these things are accessed already in each lesson. Also, the forums can be accessed from here. When you click on assessment, you have here discussions, and you can see here all the forums here. So first, the introduction forum, and then all the forums for each week, forum 1, 2, 3, until the end of the semester. So be sure that for the introduction post, you read the instructions. Very important to read the instructions always. In particular, for the introduction, you need to write a paragraph about yourself, but you need also to attach a PDF. And if you're not sure how to do that, watch the video to how to attach a PDF. Okay, and so once that you do your introduction, you also will start with the discussion forum. For the discussion forum, be also sure that you read the instructions. You have to write the forum in LaTeX. You have to attach the PDF that LaTeX produces. LaTeX will give you as an output directly a PDF. You need to discuss your approach, explain your choices, describe all what you did, what difficulties you had, anything related to the problem, you should discuss it. And also, you should read the forum and you should comment on at least one of your classmates' posts. Be sure that your comment is meaningful. It cannot be so just great, good, or anything like that. No, if you want to praise it, should be with something specific, what exactly you liked of the post, or what exactly you didn't like, and why. It should be always an explanation. So this is an advanced class. I expect high level of writing. So be sure that you write correctly and your comment is meaningful. Okay, so these are essentially all the things in the class. Let's go to the syllabus that you can access to it here, or you can access also from the content. So the syllabus of this class, you need to read it completely. So these are all the parts of the syllabus, so you can just scroll here and you will have all the information here. I'm not going to read it now myself, but you need to read everything about this class here. So in particular, be sure that you read the topical outline where it says each week what we are going to do. Each week will be divided always in two parts because there are 2 units. In the case of the week 1, the first part, let's say the first day, is going to be dedicated to watching the LaTeX video and everything related to LaTeX. And then you start with the first unit as I explained before. And then every other week is going to be 2 units following the structure that I mentioned before. 2 units each time. In the week 4, towards the middle, we have the midterm exam also. And towards the end of the semester, the last week, we're going to have only 1 unit, and then we have the final exam. The days of these 2 exams, the midterm and the final, are given already beforehand, since these exams cannot be missed. So be sure that you read all the syllabus, because in here you are going to have all the policies. And as I said before, this is a contract. These policies are not to be changed. So these are the points that you have for each assignment. There are no extra credits. So everything is crystal clear given to you the first day of classes. So be sure that you take the time to actually read it, understand it, and agree with it, since this is the only way to participate in this class. If you need to write an email to me, be sure that you follow all the guidelines written here. In particular, you need to tell me who you are and in what class you are. There are here the policies for the late assignments, so be sure that you read them. Since this, again, is a contract, these are not going to be changed. So if you are in this class, you have to abide by these rules. Academic integrity is also very important, so be sure that you read it. And you have here many support services that you can access, so be sure that you also read them, as well as the district policies. Okay, so this is essentially everything that is in the class. I would recommend everybody to start working on Wednesday when the classes start. And if you have any question, be sure that you attend the synchronous session and you can ask your questions live. Otherwise, you can always send me an email with your questions. But as always, be sure that first you read the syllabus, because most of the answers to your questions are going to be there. Okay, welcome to the class.